She was just a humble caretaker, but upon seeing that 9-year-old boy pointing at her among 5 elegant ladies and exclaiming, "I choose her to be my mother," she realized that sometimes a child's heart sees what adults ignore. "Leo, come here immediately." Victor Montero was in the mansion's extensive garden when he decided he could no longer wait. 2 years without Isabel was already too long. That 9-year-old boy needed a maternal figure, and he would resolve that today. Leo was playing alone near the pool, stacking pebbles as he always did when he wanted to be invisible. Since his mother's sudden departure, the boy had lived like a shadow through the house. "What is it, Dad?" "Sit here beside me. I need to talk to you." The boy walked slowly, his green eyes identical to Isabel's. Victor felt a pang in his chest, but quickly pushed the thought away. He couldn't live in this grief forever. "Son, you know I love you, don't you?" Leo just shook his head. Lately, he spoke little, smiled even less. "And Mommy always wanted us to be happy, even after she couldn't be with us anymore." "I know. That's why I decided something important. You will have a new mother." Leo stopped playing with the pebbles. "What do you mean? I've already chosen 5 incredible women. You're going to meet them today and tell me which one you want to be your new mother." The boy's face paled. "Today? Today? Are they already coming here?" Leo stood up abruptly, knocking over the pebbles. "I don't want to meet anyone." "Of course you do. They are beautiful, successful, educated women. One of them will take very good care of you." "I don't need anyone taking care of me." Victor felt his irritation grow. At the company, when he spoke, everyone obeyed immediately. With his own son, it would be no different. "Leo, stop this stubbornness. You don't even know them yet." "I don't want to meet them. I don't want a new mother." "It's not a matter of wanting, it's a matter of needing. This house needs a woman. You need a mother." "I already had a mother," Leo shouted with a rage that frightened his own father. "She died, remember? Or have you already forgotten her?" The sentence cut Victor like a blade. "Of course I haven't forgotten your mother, but life goes on, Leo. For you it goes on. For me, it stopped the day she left." The boy started walking towards the back of the garden where there were denser trees. Victor grabbed his arm. "You're not going anywhere. You're staying here and meeting them." "Let me go," Leo tried to break free. "You can't force me." "Yes, I can. I'm your father." A fake father. A real father wouldn't force his son to choose a fake mother. Victor felt as if he had been punched in the stomach. Leo managed to break free and ran to the back of the garden, disappearing among the bushes. At that moment, Victor heard the sound of cars arriving. It was them, the 5 candidates, and Leo had vanished. Sophia Castro was cleaning the living room windows when she saw that parade of luxurious vehicles stopping in front of the house. A black BMW, a white Mercedes, a silver Audi. It looked like a magazine fashion show. "Sophia, Clara." The housekeeper appeared running. The boss sent word. "Today you're to stay only in the service area, not to appear in the house, not to circulate around." "Why? What kind of visit is this?" Clara lowered her voice. "He brought some women here for Leo to meet. He wants to choose a new partner." Sophia felt her heart clench. In 6 months working in that house, she had grown fond of that sad boy who lived lost in a mansion full of people but empty of affection. Leo always looked for her when his father wasn't around, and Sophia always found a way to listen to the fantastic stories he invented. And Leo, how did he react? Badly. He ran away to the garden and doesn't want to come back. The boss is desperate. Sophia looked out the window and saw 5 women getting out of the cars. All too perfect to be true. High heels, designer clothes, salon hair. They looked like expensive dolls. Poor Leo. "Sophia, don't get involved in this. The boss is already nervous. If he finds out you talk to the boy, he'll fire you on the spot." But Sophia couldn't stop thinking about Leo, where he might be in the garden. Was he crying? Was he scared? At 9 years old, that boy had already lost his mother. Now they wanted to force him to choose a substitute as if he were choosing an ice cream flavor. Through the kitchen window, she saw Victor receiving the 5 women at the entrance. All smiling, all exuding charm, all eyeing the fortune of the city's richest widower. "But where is Leo, Clara?" "I'm just going to take a peek in the garden to see if the plants are watered." "Sophia, don't go, stay inside." But she was already going out the back door. Something in her chest told her that Leo needed help. The mansion's garden was immense. It had the pool area, a huge lawn, and in the back, a part with trees and a small bridge over a stream. It was there that Sophia found Leo. The boy was huddled under the bridge, holding his knees with his head hidden in his arms. He wasn't crying, but Sophia felt his sadness like a heavy cloud in the air. "Leo, are you okay, dear?" He looked up, startled. When he saw it was Sophia, he relaxed a little. "And Sophia, I don't want to go home." Sophia sat down beside him on the grass, not caring about dirtying her uniform. "What happened?" "My dad wants me to choose a new mom from 5 women I don't even know who they are." The boy's voice was laden with a sadness that didn't match his age. Sophia felt like crying with him. "And you don't want a new mom?" "I already had a mom, Aunt Sophia. Her name was Isabel, and she truly loved me. These women don't love me. They don't even know me." "How are you sure?" "Because they are here for my dad's money, not for me. My real mom loved me even before I was born. She loved me when I cried, when I got sick. She always loved me." Sophia had to swallow her tears. At 9 years old, Leo understood things many adults pretended not to see. "Your dad is probably suffering too, Leo. Sometimes adults do foolish things when they have a broken heart. He's already forgotten Mom, removed all her photos from home. Now he wants to force me to call a stranger Mom." "He took all the photos?" "He said it was time to move on, but I don't want to move on without my mom." Sophia held Leo's cold little hand. "Can I tell you a secret, dear?" "Yes. Your mom isn't truly gone. She's still here in your heart, in your memories, and the way you are affectionate just like she was." Leo looked directly into her eyes. "Aunt Sophia, every night I talk to Mom before I go to sleep. I tell her how my day was. I ask if she's okay. And do you know what she told me yesterday?" "What?" "That when the time came to choose someone to take care of me, my heart would know. I wouldn't need Daddy telling me." Sophia felt a chill. "And is your heart saying anything?" Leo looked at her for a few seconds. "It's saying that you are the only person in this house who really likes me." At that moment, Victor's voice echoed through the garden. "Leo, where are you? Come here now." The boy flinched. "He's going to make me choose." "Leo!" The voice grew closer and angrier. Sophia made a decision that would change her life forever. "Stay here. I'm going to talk to your dad." "No, Aunt Sophia. He'll fire you." "No, he won't. I won't let anyone hurt you, Leo. I promise." Sophia stood up, brushed the dirt off her uniform, and went to find Victor. She found him near the pool, red with anger, with the 5 women beside him watching everything. "Mr. Victor." "Sophia, what the hell are you doing here? I told you to stay in the kitchen." "Leo is hiding in the garden. He doesn't want to meet these ladies." "Where is he?" Victor took a step towards her, trying to intimidate her. "He's scared, sir. He's a 9-year-old child who still misses his mother." One of the women, a brunette in a blue dress, laughed. "What drama? It's just a spoiled brat's tantrum." Sophia turned to the woman with a coldness that surprised herself. "Do you have children?" "No." "Then don't talk about what you don't understand." Victor turned purple with rage. "Sophia, how dare you speak to my guest like that? I'm just defending Leo. He's a child who needs affection, not pressure. He needs to learn that I'm the father and he obeys. He needs love, Mr. Victor, not forced obedience." The silence in the garden grew heavy. The 5 women watched the argument with faces that looked like they were watching a soap opera. A maid was arguing with her millionaire boss in front of them. "You're fired," Victor said through clenched teeth. "No." Leo's voice cut through the air. Everyone turned. The boy had come out of his hiding place and was running, his face red from crying so much. "Don't fire Aunt Sophia. She's the only one who understands me in this house." Leo stopped in front of Sophia and grabbed her uniform skirt, just like a small child does when they want protection. "Leo, come here immediately," Victor ordered. "I won't. I'll stay with Aunt Sophia." One of the women, a brunette in a red dress, murmured to the others, "What an embarrassing situation. The child is really ill-mannered." Leo heard and turned to her with a rage that impressed everyone. "You know nothing about me. You're only here because you want my dad's money." "Leo!" Victor shouted, but the boy continued pointing his finger at Sophia. "If I have to choose, I've already chosen. I choose Aunt Sophia to be my new mom."
The garden fell into a deathly silence. The 5 candidates were left open-mouthed. Victor turned as white as a sheet. Sophia felt the ground disappear beneath her feet, and Leo continued shouting at the top of his lungs, "She's the one I want. She's the one who truly cares about me. If you want a choice, here it is. I choose Aunt Sophia." "You've completely lost your mind, Leo." Victor was purple with rage. The 5 women remained standing there, open-mouthed, unable to believe that a 9-year-old child had chosen the domestic cleaner instead of them. "I haven't lost my mind at all," Leo replied, still clinging to Sophia's skirt. "I know exactly what I'm talking about." The brunette in the blue dress let out a nervous laugh. "Victor, this is clearly a childish tantrum. The child is confused." "Confused? Nothing!" Leo turned to her with eyes shining with anger. "You're the one who doesn't understand anything." "Leo, you're going to stop this now," Victor roared. "Apologize to the ladies and come here with me." "I won't apologize to those who don't deserve it." Sophia tried to calm him. "Leo, darling, you shut up," Victor exploded at Sophia. "You don't say another word. You're fired, period." "No!" Leo screamed so loudly that even the neighbors must have heard him. "If she leaves, I leave with her." The woman in the yellow dress murmured to the others, "What an embarrassing situation. I think we'd better leave." "No, please." Victor tried to salvage the situation. "The boy is just nervous. Let's go inside, have some coffee, talk calmly." But Leo was not calm at all. He let go of Sophia's skirt and went directly in front of the 5 women. "Do you want to know why I don't choose any of you?" "Leo," Victor tried to interrupt. "Let the boy speak," said the woman in red, curious. Leo took a deep breath. "Because you don't even know my name properly. Do you know what food I like? Do you know that I have nightmares every night? All you know is that my father is rich." The blonde in the green dress crossed her arms. "Obviously, we don't know these things yet. We just met." "Exactly. You want to marry my father without even knowing me. And Aunt Sophia has known me for 6 months. She knows I like to stack pebbles. She knows I'm afraid of the dark. She knows I talk to my mom every night." Sophia felt a tightness in her chest. That boy was defending her with all his might. "This is ridiculous," the brunette in blue said. "A maid is not capable of raising a child from a rich family. She doesn't even have proper education." "And do you have a heart?" Leo retorted. "Because I can learn in school anywhere, but a good heart like Aunt Sophia's is hard to find." The woman was left speechless. Victor was losing complete control. "That's enough, Leo. To your room now. Sophia, get your things and get out of my house." "Dad, aren't you listening to me?" Leo cried, tears streaming down his face. "You never listen to me. Mom listened to me." "Your mom died, Leo. She's not coming back." "I know she died," the boy yelled, "but that doesn't mean I have to accept anyone in her place." The garden fell silent. Everyone was shocked by Leo's outburst. The woman in the red dress coughed. "Victor, I think the boy needs psychological help. This isn't normal." "Normal is having a mother," Leo shouted at her. "Do you have children? No. Then don't talk about what you don't know." Victor grabbed Leo by the arm. You will stop being rude now. Ow, you're hurting me. Sophia took a step forward without thinking. Mr. Victor, he's just a child. And you're just a maid who has clearly overstepped with my son. You just what? Filled his head with crazy ideas, made him cling to you to cause this confusion? Sophia went pale. Sir, I would never do that. Lies, Victor exploded. For 6 months, you manipulated my son. You took advantage of him being a needy child to turn his head. That's not true. Leo managed to break free from his father. Stop yelling at her. Aunt Sophia never did anything wrong. Yes, she did. She took advantage of you. She helped me, Leo was sobbing. When I had nightmares, she would come talk to me. When I was sad, she would listen to me. Where were you, Dad? Where were you? The question echoed through the garden like a gunshot. Victor was left speechless. The 5 women exchanged glances, clearly uncomfortable. The blonde in yellow spoke softly to the others. This situation is too intense. Let's go. No, Victor despaired. You can't go. I'll fix this. But they were already walking to their cars, murmuring among themselves. In 5 minutes, the 3 luxury cars vanished through the gate. Victor stood in the middle of the garden, watching his chance to fix his life disappear. When he turned around, he had a rage Leo had never seen.
There, you did it! You sent them all away! I didn't send anyone. They left on their own. They left because of you, because of this mess you created. Sophia tried to speak. Mr. Victor, you don't say anything else, he yelled at her. Get your things now and get out of my house. I never want to see you here again. No! Leo threw himself in front of Sophia. She's not leaving. Yes, she is, and you're going to your room and not coming out. I won't. Victor grabbed Leo by the arm and started pulling him into the house. The boy struggled, crying, screaming, asking for help. Let go of me. I want Aunt Sophia. Forget that woman. She manipulated you. Sophia stood still, not knowing what to do. She wanted to help Leo, but if she interfered, it would make everything worse. Mr. Victor! A voice shouted from the gate. Everyone turned around. It was Clara, the housekeeper, running towards them. What's going on here? I hear screaming from the kitchen. Clara, take this woman to get her things. I want her out of my house in 10 minutes. Clara looked at Sophia, then at Leo, struggling in his father's arms, then at Victor, consumed by rage. Sir, what did Sophia do? She poisoned my son's mind, made him attached to her to cause trouble. That's not true, Clara, Sophia finally managed to speak. I just took care of Leo when he needed it. Liar, Victor roared. Leo took advantage of the distraction and managed to break free. He ran to Sophia and grabbed her by the waist. Aunt Sophia, don't leave me, please. Sophia hugged the boy, feeling him tremble with sobs. Leo, promise you won't leave. Victor advanced to separate the two, but Clara stepped between them. Mr. Victor, calm down. Look at the child's state. Leo was having a crisis. He cried non-stop, trembled, couldn't breathe properly. I can't breathe, he managed to say between sobs. Sophia knelt down to his level. Leo, breathe with me slowly. Inhale. Exhale. I can't. Clara became worried. Sir, he's having an anxiety attack. Anxiety attack? He's 9 years old. Children have them too, sir, especially children who have experienced loss. Victor looked at his son, losing control in Sophia's arms, and for the first time felt fear. Leo was purple from crying so much, sweating cold, trembling. Leo, he tried to approach. No, the boy screamed. You're going to send her away. Son, you don't care about me. You only care about work. The accusation hit Victor hard, but his pride was too wounded to admit it. Clara, call a doctor.
he ordered. "No need for a doctor," Sophia said softly, still hugging Leo. "He just needs to calm down." "Leo, listen to Aunt Sophia. You are safe. No one will hurt you." Slowly, Leo stopped trembling. His breathing returned to normal, but he wouldn't let go of Sophia. "There, my dear, it passed," Sophia murmured. Victor observed the scene. In 6 months, he had never seen his son have a crisis like that, and had never seen Sophia manage to calm him down that way. But his wounded pride spoke louder. "Clara, take Sophia to get her things. I want her out of here in an hour." Leo lifted his head from Sophia's arms. "If she goes, I'm going with her." "You're not going anywhere. You're staying here." "Then I'll run away." "If you run away, I'll call the police." Leo looked at his father with a sadness that broke Sophia's heart. "You really hate me, don't you, Dad?" "I don't hate you." "Yes, you do. Since Mom died, you've hated me. That's why you work all the time. That's why you want to give me to just any woman to take care of. That's why you take Mom's pictures out of the house." Victor was speechless. Leo turned to Sophia. "Aunt Sophia, thank you so much for taking care of me. I'll never forget it." And he walked slowly into the house like a tired old man. Sophia stood there in the garden with a broken heart, watching that 9-year-old boy carry a pain that didn't fit in his small chest. "Clara," Victor said in a hoarse voice, "help her pack her things." And he went inside, leaving Sophia alone in the garden, where an hour ago she had been chosen by Leo to be his mother. Now she was fired, scorned, and losing forever the boy she had learned to love as her son. 3 days passed since Sophia left. 3 days that felt like 3 years to Leo. The boy wouldn't leave his room, wouldn't speak to anyone, barely touched his food. Clara went up with meals and came down with full plates. "Mr. Victor," she tried to talk on the second day. "Leo isn't eating anything." "He'll eat when he's hungry," Victor replied without looking up from his computer. "He hasn't said a word for 2 days." "It'll pass. It's a tantrum." But Clara knew it wasn't a tantrum. The boy was wasting away, consumed by sadness, and Victor was pretending not to see.
On the morning of the 3rd day, the phone rang. It was Beatrice Fontes, the brunette in the blue dress. "Victor, dear, how are you?" "Oh, hi, Beatrice. I'm fine. I've been thinking a lot about what happened at your house. What a terrible situation you went through, wasn't it?" Victor sighed. "It was indeed awkward. Sorry about that." "Oh, darling, it wasn't your fault. It was that manipulative caretaker." "What do you mean?" "Come on, Victor. It's obvious she planned everything. 6 months filling the child's head, playing the victim, gaining the boy's trust, all calculated." Victor stopped typing. "You think so?" "I'm sure. A poor woman sees a rich, widowed man with a small child. She knows the opportunity she has ahead. I bet she was targeting you from day one. She was always very dedicated to her work." "Of course she was. It was part of the plan." "Victor, you're a smart man in business, but sometimes you're too naive with people." Beatrice's words made sense in Victor's confused head. Maybe she was right. Maybe Sophia really had manipulated Leo. "You know what I think?" Beatrice continued. "You should give us a second chance. Without that woman causing trouble, I'm sure Leo will accept us better." "I don't know, Beatrice. He was very upset." "Precisely. The child's mind was poisoned. He needs time to clear it. How about me and the girls go back there on the weekend? No pressure, just to talk." Victor hesitated. He hasn't been talking to anyone for 3 days. Exactly. He's missing the manipulation. When he realizes that woman isn't coming back, he'll need someone to fill the void. That's where we come in. It made sense. At least it made sense in Victor's head. "Okay, you can come Saturday afternoon." "Perfect, dear." "And Victor." "Yes?" This time, be firmer with Leo. A child needs boundaries. If he throws a tantrum, you show him who's in charge. When he hung up, Victor felt more confident. Maybe Beatrice was right. Maybe Sophia really had manipulated Leo. And now he needed to correct the situation. Meanwhile, in the caretaker's small room she had rented in a cheap boarding house, Sophia couldn't stop thinking about Leo. How was he? Was he eating? Was he having nightmares? Who comforted him when he woke up crying? She tried calling Clara a few times, but the house phone didn't answer. Either Victor had forbidden the staff from talking to her. On Thursday night, as she was returning from the supermarket, she saw Clara at the bus stop. "Clara!" She ran towards the housekeeper. "Sophia, what a fright!" Clara looked around nervously. "I can't talk to you if the boss finds out." "How is Leo?" Clara lowered her voice. "Bad, very bad. He doesn't eat, doesn't speak, doesn't leave his room. He's wasting away." Sophia felt her heart ache. And Mr. Victor pretends not to see it. He says it's a tantrum, but I know it's not. "Sophia, the boy is really suffering. I need to do something." "You can't. He forbade you from coming near the house. If he finds out you came here, he'll fire me too." Clara's bus arrived. She quickly got on. But before that, she shouted through the window, "The women are coming back Saturday." Sophia stood on the sidewalk, processing the information. The 5 candidates were coming back, and Leo was weakened, without the strength to defend himself. It was going to be a massacre. Saturday arrived. The 5 women appeared at Victor's house promptly at 3 p.m. This time, they came more prepared. They had talked among themselves during the week and devised a strategy. "Victor, dear," Beatrice said when they arrived, "we brought gifts for Leo to break the ice. What a good idea. And we talked a lot about the situation. We understand that the child was a victim of manipulation. We won't demand anything from him today." Victor led them to the living room. Leo had not come down. Clara went up to call him 3 times until he finally appeared at the top of the stairs. Sophia would be shocked if she saw him. In 3 days, the boy had lost weight. He was pale, with deep dark circles under his eyes. He looked sick. "Leo, come here, son. The aunts came to visit you." The boy came down slowly, dragging his feet. He sat in a distant armchair, head bowed, without greeting anyone. "Hi, Leo," Beatrice spoke with a voice that was too sweet. "We brought you presents." Leo looked up, but said nothing. "Look at this." The blonde in the green dress, who was wearing blue today, showed a large box, a brand new video game. Leo looked at the box without interest. "And I brought this." The brunette in red, now in pink, showed a very expensive bicycle for him to ride in the garden. "And I brought beautiful clothes." The other blonde, in white today, showed designer bags. "And I brought educational books." The last one, in a lilac dress, piled books on the table. Leo looked at everything without saying anything, then stood up and spoke the first thing in 3 days.
"Where's Aunt Sophia?" Silence in the room. "Leo," Victor said in a harsh voice, "forget that woman. She's not coming back." "Why? Because she wasn't good for you?" "She was. She wasn't," Victor exploded. "She manipulated you, made you attach yourself to her to cause trouble." Leo looked at his father with tearful eyes. "That's not true." "It is. And now you're going to properly get to know these ladies. One of them will be your new mother." "I don't want any of them." Beatrice leaned towards Leo. "Honey, I know you're confused. That woman made you believe lies about us." "What lies? That we only want your father's money? That we don't like you?" "That's a lie, Leo. We really want to be your family." Leo looked at her with an expression that didn't match his 9 years. "If you like me so much, why did no one ask how I am?" The question caught everyone off guard. "What do you mean, honey? I haven't eaten properly in 3 days. I haven't slept in 3 days. Did you know that? The women exchanged glances, unsure how to respond. Do you know that I cry every night? That I have nightmares about my mother? That I miss her every day? Leo, Victor tried to interrupt. Do you know that Aunt Sophia was the only person in this house who asked how I was when I woke up sad? That she was the only one who listened to me when I wanted to talk about Mom? The 5 women became uncomfortable. They hadn't expected that conversation. Leo, the blonde in blue tried. We can learn to take care of you. Learn? Leo got up from the armchair. You want to learn to like me? Aunt Sophia didn't need to learn. She liked me from day one. That's because she was interested in your father, Beatrice said without thinking. Liar, Leo screamed. Aunt Sophia never tried to win over my father. She only took care of me when I needed it. Victor also stood up. Leo, stop it. I won't stop. You sent the only person who cared about me away, and now you want me to pretend I like you. The woman in pink stood up, irritated. Look, Victor, this child is impossible. He needs serious discipline. You're right, Victor agreed. Leo, go to your room now. I will, and I'm not coming down. Leo ran upstairs. Moments later, everyone heard the door slam shut. Victor, Beatrice said, you need to be tougher with him. A child cannot run the house. I know, I'm sorry about that. Don't apologize, the blonde in blue said. It's that manipulative caretaker's fault, but with time and firmness, you'll fix it. And in the meantime, the one in pink suggested, how about you choose one of us? It doesn't have to be Leo. You're the father. You decide. Victor looked at the 5 women, all beautiful, all rich, all willing to marry him. It was exactly what he wanted 3 days ago. So why did he feel so empty? I'll think about it, he said. I need some time. When they left, Victor went up to Leo's room. He knocked on the door, but got no answer. He turned the doorknob, but it was locked. Leo, open the door. Silence. Leo! Nothing. Victor stood there in the hallway, realizing for the first time that perhaps he had made a terrible mistake. But pride wouldn't let him admit it. On the other side of the door, Leo was curled up in bed, hugging a teddy bear his mother had given him for his last birthday. He cried softly so no one would hear. Mommy, he whispered to the bear. Aunt Sophia is gone. Dad sent her away, and now I'm alone again. The bear didn't answer, but Leo pretended it did. I know you don't like it when I'm sad, but I can't stop. I really like Aunt Sophia, and now she can't take care of me anymore. Leo closed his eyes and tried to sleep, but he knew the nightmares would return, and this time there was no one to comfort him. Downstairs, Victor was in the library trying to work, but he couldn't concentrate. Leo's words echoed in his head. You want to learn to like me? It was a simple question, but it stirred something deep within him. Had Sophia really manipulated Leo, or had she really cared about the boy? And more importantly, had he, Victor, been a terrible father all these 2 years? But these questions were too difficult to answer. It was easier to blame Sophia for everything and move forward with the original plan. After all, he was a businessman, and in business, once you make a decision, you don't go back, even if that decision is destroying your own son. A week after the visit of the 5 women, Leo was worse, much worse. Clara went up to bring him breakfast and found the boy unconscious in the bathroom. Mr. Victor, she screamed desperately, come here quickly. Victor dropped everything and ran upstairs. When he saw Leo on the floor, pale, unconscious, he felt the world spin.
What happened? I don't know. I came to bring him coffee and found him like this. Victor picked up his son. Leo was too light, too hot. Call the doctor now. Dr. Eduardo arrived in 20 minutes and examined Leo in his own bed. The boy had woken up, but he was weak, apathetic, and didn't want to talk. Victor, I need to talk to you, the doctor said after examining the child. They went down to the library. What's wrong with him, doctor? Physically, malnutrition, dehydration, exhaustion. But the problem isn't physical, Victor. What do you mean?
your son has severe childhood depression. He's letting himself die of sadness." Victor felt a punch to his stomach. Depression? He's 9 years old. Children also get depressed, especially when they go through significant losses. But his mother died 2 years ago. I'm not just talking about his mother, I'm talking about recent losses. Clara told me that you had a housekeeper who took very good care of him. Victor tensed up. Sophia, but she left because she was manipulating the boy. Dr. Eduardo stared at him seriously. Victor, I've known you since Leo was born. Can I tell you the truth? Of course. Was that woman manipulating the child, or could you not accept that someone could take better care of your son than you? The question hit Victor like a bullet. What do you mean? In 2 years, how many times did you go up to Leo's room when he was crying? I work a lot, doctor. Clara told me that Sophia went up every time, that she knew his nightmares, his habits, his fears. Is that manipulation or care? Victor remained silent. And another thing, Clara said that the 5 wife candidates came back here. How did Leo react? Badly. He said he didn't want any of them. I did. Dr. Eduardo shook his head. Victor, your son is dying of sadness, literally dying. If you don't do something quickly, there could be serious complications. What kind of complications? Hospitalization, feeding tube, intensive psychiatric follow-up. Victor turned pale. Is it that serious? It is. And the solution isn't medicine. The solution is to give this child what he needs most. What he needs most is someone who truly cares about him. Not for money, not for self-interest, but for love. When the doctor left, Victor was alone in the library, processing everything he had heard. He went up to see Leo, who was sleeping, but even in his sleep, he seemed to be suffering. Just then, the phone rang. It was Beatrice. Victor, darling, how are you? Not very well, Beatrice. Did something happen? Leo fainted this morning. The doctor said it's depression. Oh my God, poor thing. The girls and I were talking about you. We want to help. How? We thought of something. How about one of us comes to stay there for a few days, to take care of Leo, to get him used to our presence? Victor hesitated. I don't know if that's a good idea. Victor, the child needs a mother figure, and we are here, available, wanting to help. Just choose one of us. Let me think. Don't think. I'm coming over tonight. I'll take care of Leo until he gets better. And she hung up before Victor could protest. At 8 o'clock, Beatrice arrived with 2 suitcases. I'm here to stay for a few days. Where's the guest room? Clara showed her the room and helped with the suitcases. But she was worried. She had known Leo for years and knew that Beatrice's presence would only make things worse. Mr. Victor, she tried to talk to him, are you sure this is a good idea? Clara, Leo needs a mother. Beatrice offered to help. But Leo doesn't like her. He'll have to. There's no other option. Beatrice came down for dinner as if she already owned the house. She wore an expensive silk dress and was clearly charming Victor. Leo, aren't you going to have dinner with us? She asked. He hasn't had an appetite for days, Victor explained. Leave it to me. I'll go up there and talk to him. Beatrice, he's very weak. Precisely. He needs firmness. A child can't run the house. Beatrice went up to Leo's room against Victor's will. She knocked on the door and entered without waiting for an answer. Leo was in bed, hugging his teddy bear, looking at the ceiling. Hi, Leo. I came to visit you. The boy looked at her without saying anything. I heard you're not eating properly. That can't continue, you know? Silence. Leo, I'm talking to you. It's rude not to answer when an adult speaks. I didn't ask you to come up here, Leo said softly. It doesn't matter. I came because I care about you. Leo looked at her with a tired expression. You don't care about me. Of course I care. Why? The question caught Beatrice off guard. What do you mean? Why? Why do you care about me? What do you know about me? I know you're a smart boy. Anyone can see that. What else? Beatrice was speechless. Leo continued. Do you know what color I like best? Do you know what food I absolutely won't eat? Do you know why I have nightmares? Do you know what my mom's voice sounded like? Leo, these are things we learn over time. Aunt Sophia knew all that. In 1 week of working here, she already knew. Forget that woman. She wasn't good for you. Leo sat on the bed, irritated for the first time in days. How can you say she wasn't good if you didn't even know her? I know her type, poor women who take advantage of rich families. Aunt Sophia never took advantage of anything. She took care of me because she liked me. She liked your father's money. Leo stood up, trembling with rage. You're a liar. Leo. Beatrice stood up too. Don't talk to me like that. I will talk like that. You don't know Aunt Sophia. She's good. You're the one who only wants my father's money. You're an ill-mannered and spoiled boy. And you're a fake. Beatrice, losing control, slapped Leo across the face. The smack echoed through the room. Leo was in shock, hand on his red cheek, eyes full of tears of humiliation and pain. Did you hit me? He whispered. Beatrice realized what she had done and tried to fix it. Leo, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. You irritated me But Leo was already running out of the room, screaming, Daddy! Daddy! Victor was finishing dinner when he heard his son screaming. Leo ran down the stairs and threw himself into his arms, sobbing. What happened? She hit me, Dad! The woman hit me! Victor looked at Beatrice, who had come down behind Leo with a guilty look. Beatrice, it was an accident. The boy disrespected me, said horrible things. You hit my son? It was just a little slap. He was being rude. Victor felt a rage he had never felt in his life. How dare you hit my child? Victor, calm down, calm down. You hit Leo. Leo clung to his father, crying, the handprint still red on his face. Get out of my house, Victor said with a coldness that even scared himself. How? Get out of my house now, Beatrice. Victor, let's talk. There's nothing to talk about. Grab your things and leave. Beatrice tried to argue, but Victor was beside himself. In 15 minutes, she was on the street with her bags, calling a taxi. When they were alone, Victor took Leo to the living room and examined his face. Does it hurt much? Leo shook his head no, but kept crying. Why did she hit you? Because I defended Aunt Sophia. Victor felt a tightening in his chest. Defended? How? She said Aunt Sophia only wanted money. I said it was a lie. Then she got angry and hit me. Leo, are you sure Sophia really cared about you? The boy looked at his father with eyes red from crying so much. Yes, Dad. She was the only person who asked if I was okay. The only one who listened to me when I wanted to talk about Mom. Why did you never tell me these things? Because you never had time to listen? The answer hurt more than any slap. Victor hugged his son and, for the first time in 2 years, really paid attention to what Leo was saying. Son, forgive me. I've been a terrible father. You're not terrible, Dad. You just forgot how to take care of me after Mom left. And now, what do we do? Leo looked at him with hope for the first time in weeks. We bring Aunt Sophia back. Victor was silent. His pride screamed no, that Sophia was just a housekeeper. But looking at his bruised, malnourished, depressed son, he realized that perhaps pride was no longer more important than Leo's happiness. Where is she living now? I don't know, but Clara must know. Victor called Clara, who was in the kitchen pretending she hadn't heard all the commotion. Clara, do you know where Sophia is? Clara hesitated. Yes, sir. She's in a boarding house downtown. Do you have the address? Yes, I do. Why? Victor looked at Leo, who was watching him with hopeful eyes. Because tomorrow morning I'm going to get her. Leo smiled for the first time in 2 weeks. And in that smile, Victor saw that he had made the most important decision of his life. Not out of pride, not out of convenience, but out of love for his son. Victor didn't sleep all night. He sat in the armchair in Leo's room, watching his son sleep. For the first time in 2 years, he really looked at that boy. He saw how thin he was, pale,
how he seemed too fragile for his age, how he had managed to be so blind. Leo stirred in bed and murmured, "Aunt Sophia, don't leave." Was he dreaming or having a nightmare? Victor approached and touched his son's forehead. It was warm, sweaty. The boy opened his eyes, startled.
"Dad, I'm here, son. You were dreaming." Leo sat up in bed, still confused. "I dreamed that Aunt Sophia came back, but then she left again." "Leo, look at me." The boy looked. "I'm going to pick up Sophia this morning. I'm going to apologize to her and ask her to come back." Leo's eyes widened. "Seriously, Dad?" "Seriously. But I need you to help me with something." "With what?" "I need to understand what I did wrong. I need you to tell me what it was like living here after your mother passed away." Leo was quiet for a few seconds, as if organizing his thoughts. Then he began to speak. "When Mom died, you disappeared, Dad." "What do you mean disappeared? I was working." "You were running away, running from me, running from the memories, running from everything." Victor felt as if he had been punched in the chest. "In the first few months, I cried every night. Do you know who came to comfort me? Clara. You never came up here once." "Leo, let me finish." "Dad, when it was my birthday, who organized the party? Clara. When I got sick, who stayed with me? Clara. When I had nightmares, who calmed me down? Nobody. I was alone until it passed." Every word was like a stab to Victor's heart. Then Aunt Sophia arrived. In the first week, she noticed I woke up crying. Do you know what she did? What? She asked if I wanted to talk. Simple as that. No one had ever asked me that before. "And did you talk?" "I did. I told her I missed Mom, that I was afraid you would leave too, that I felt alone in a house full of people." Victor's eyes were filled with tears. "Why did you never tell me this?" "Because every time I tried to talk about Mom, you changed the subject. Every time I cried, you told me to be strong. Every time I needed you, you were working, son." Aunt Sophia didn't do that. She let me cry as much as I wanted. She let me tell stories about Mom. And do you know what she said that helped me the most? What? That missing someone wasn't weakness. That crying for someone you love was normal. That Mom would be proud to see how much I loved her. Victor broke down crying. 2 years of guilt, repressed pain, and terrible decisions came out in a flood of tears. "Forgive me, Leo. Forgive me for being such a bad father." Leo approached and hugged his father. "You're not bad, Dad. You were just in pain like me. But now we can help each other." "How?" "You stop running from me, and I stop being afraid to talk to you." Victor hugged his son as he hadn't in 2 years. There, in that room, something healed between them. Not everything, but enough to start over. "Dad," Leo said after a few minutes, "do you think Aunt Sophia will forgive me?" "Why wouldn't she forgive you? You didn't do anything wrong." "But she must be hurt. You fired her. You said mean things to her." Victor sighed. "Yes, I did. I was very unfair." "Then you need to apologize for real." "I will apologize." "What if she doesn't want to come back?" Leo looked sad. "Then we'll have to accept it. But at least she'll know we're sorry." At 7 a.m., Victor showered, got dressed, and asked Clara to prepare a special breakfast. He wanted to bring something to Sophia as a gesture of peace. "Clara, do you think she'll forgive me?" he asked, while the housekeeper prepared a basket with bread, cakes, and coffee. "It depends on how you talk to her," Clara replied. "Sophia is a good person, but she has dignity. If you go there just to give orders, she won't accept it. What if I go to ask for forgiveness? Then maybe she'll listen." Victor took the basket and went to the car. Leo wanted to come along, but he was too weak to leave the house. "Bring her back, Dad, please." "I will, son, I promise." The boarding house where Sophia was staying was in an old part of the city center. A simple, somewhat peeling building, very different from the Montero's mansion. Victor parked in front and stood for a few minutes, trying to find courage. He went up to the third floor and knocked on the door of room 305. "Who is it?" Sophia's voice from the other side of the door. "It's me, Victor." Complete silence. "Sophia, please, I need to talk to you." The door opened slowly. Sophia appeared wearing a simple dress, her hair down, without makeup. Still, she was beautiful. But what impressed Victor most was her expression. It wasn't anger, it wasn't resentment, it was a deep sadness. "What do you want here, sir?" she asked, but without fully opening the door. "I want to ask for forgiveness." Sophia was surprised. In 2 weeks of working for Victor, she had never seen him ask for forgiveness for anything. Forgiveness for what? For everything. For unfairly firing you, for believing you were manipulating Leo, for treating you badly. Sophia opened the door a little wider, but did not invite him in. "And what has changed? Why are you here now?"
Victor took a deep breath. "Leo is sick. Childhood depression. The doctor said he's letting himself die of sadness." Sophia turned pale. "Depression? But he's 9. "Exactly. And do you know what else the doctor said? That the solution isn't medicine, it's giving Leo back what he needs most." "Which is?" Victor looked directly into her eyes. "Someone who truly cares about him. Someone like you." Sophia lowered her eyes. "Mr. Victor, and there's more. Last night, one of the candidates hit Leo." "Hit him?" Sophia sharply raised her head. "What do you mean, hit him?" "She slapped him because she defended you." Sophia's eyes welled up with tears. "She hit Leo because of me?" "She did. And that's when I realized how wrong I was, how blind, proud, stupid I had been." Sophia opened the door completely. "Come in, let's talk." The room was small, simple, but clean and organized. A bed, a dresser, a small table. Victor felt bad seeing Sophia living like that, when she could be in the comfortable house he offered. "Sophia, I need to tell you something." "What?" "Leo told me everything. How you took care of him when he had nightmares, how you listened to him talk about his mother, how you were the only person who really paid attention to him." Sophia sat on the bed, still processing the information that Leo was sick. "I always knew he was needy. Anyone with a little sensitivity would realize it. But I didn't realize it because you were suffering too. Your wife's death affected you in a way you never managed to process properly." Victor was surprised by her understanding. "How do you know?" "Because I've been through it. I've lost someone important, and I know how pain can make us blind to everything around us. And even so, you took care of Leo because he needed it. And because..." Sophia hesitated. "Because what?" "Because I got attached to him in a way I didn't expect. In 6 months, he became like a son to me." Victor felt his heart tighten. "Sophia, I came here to offer you your job back. As a maid? As whatever you want. Maid, housekeeper, nanny, part of the family, whatever you decide." Sophia remained silent, thoughtful. "Sophia, Leo is dying of missing you, literally dying. Yesterday he fainted from weakness. He doesn't eat, doesn't speak, doesn't leave his room. You are the only person who can save him. And you've changed your mind about me?" Victor lowered his head in shame. "I have. I realized that you never wanted to manipulate me or manipulate Leo. You simply genuinely cared about him. And the 5 candidates? All dismissed forever. I realized Leo was right. They wanted my money, not my family." Sophia stood up and went to the small window in the room. She looked down at the busy street below. "Mr. Victor, can I ask you a few questions?" "Of course." "If I come back, will you respect me as a person, not as an employee, but as someone who takes care of Leo because she likes him?" "I will." "Will you stop working so much and spend more time with your son?" "I will." "I've realized that Leo needs you as much as he needs you. And if in the future you meet another woman and want to get married, will you remember that Leo has an opinion about it?" Victor thought about the question. "I will. By the way, Sophia." "Yes?"
Leo said yesterday that you are the only person he wants as a mother. And observing you two together, I realized that you have a real connection." Sophia turned to him. "What are you trying to say?" Victor blushed. He hadn't planned that conversation, but the words came out on their own. "I'm saying that maybe Leo is right. Maybe you are exactly what our family needs." "Mr. Victor, not as an employee, Sophia, but as a real part of the family." Sophia was speechless. She hadn't expected that. "I know it sounds crazy," Victor continued. "2 days ago, I thought you were a manipulator. Today, I realized that you could be the answer to all our problems." "What answer?" "Leo needs a mother who truly loves him. I need someone to help me be a better father. And you need a family." Victor sat on the bed again, overwhelmed by the conversation. "This is too fast, Mr. Victor, too confusing." "I know. I'm not asking for an answer now. I'm asking you to come back, take care of Leo, give us a chance to show that we've changed. And what if it doesn't work out? If it doesn't work out, you leave whenever you want, with all due respect and all the compensation you deserve." Sophia remained silent for long minutes. Victor waited anxiously. "All right," she finally said. "I'll come back." Victor felt an enormous relief. "Seriously?" "Seriously. But not for you. Because of Leo. If he's sick, he needs me. That's all that matters."
"Do you accept a ride?" Sophia looked around the simple room where she had spent the 2 saddest weeks of her life. "I do. Let me just get my things." In 10 minutes, she had her small suitcase in hand, ready to go back to a home she never imagined she would miss so much. "Sophia," Victor said as they were going down the stairs, "thank you." "For what?" "For giving our family a second chance." "Mr. Victor, can I be honest?" "Of course. I also missed you all very much, especially Leo." Victor smiled for the first time in weeks. "Then let's go home and take care of him." "Let's." And for the first time, the two left that building not as boss and employee, but as 2 people who wanted the same thing, to see Leo happy again. Leo was at his bedroom window when he saw his father's car entering the garage. His heart pounded. Was Sophia with him, or had Victor come back alone with the news that she didn't want to forgive? Clara ran upstairs. "Leo, your father is here. Did he bring Aunt Sophia?" "I don't know, my dear. Let's go down and see." Leo went down the stairs slowly, his legs shaky from nervousness and weakness. He stopped in the middle of the living room and waited. The front door opened and Victor entered alone. Leo's heart sank. She didn't want to come back. Victor smiled. "What's the rush? You didn't even let me in properly." "Dad, please, was she with you or not? Why don't you ask her yourself?" At that moment, Sophia appeared at the door with her suitcase in hand and a shy smile on her face. "Aunt Sophia!" Leo shouted and ran, throwing himself into her arms. Sophia dropped her suitcase and hugged the boy as if he were the most precious thing in the world. The two stayed there glued together, crying, laughing, talking at the same time. "I thought you weren't coming back," Leo sobbed. "I thought so too," Sophia admitted, "but I couldn't stop thinking about you." "Did you miss me?" "I missed you very much. I missed your stories, I missed your questions, I missed taking care of you." Leo moved away a little to look at her. "You look different." "Different how?" "Sadder. Did I make you sad?" Sophia smiled through her tears. "A little bit, but now I'm happy again." Clara, who was watching the scene from the kitchen door, was also crying. "It's good you're back, Sophia. This house was dead without you." Victor watched the reunion in silence. Seeing Leo in Sophia's arms, he realized how foolish he had been. The connection between the two was real, pure, true. How could he have thought it was manipulation? "Aunt Sophia," Leo said, still clinging to her, "are you going to stay forever now?" Sophia looked at Victor, who nodded encouragingly. "I'll stay as long as you want me to. Then it's forever, because I'll never want you to leave. It's a deal." Leo finally let go of Sophia and ran to his father. "Thank you, Dad. Thank you for bringing her back." Victor hugged his son. "Don't thank me. I should have done it sooner. The important thing is that now we are a family again." The word family echoed through the room. Victor and Sophia looked at each other, both thinking about the conversation they had had at the guest house. "Leo," Victor said, "Aunt Sophia just arrived. How about letting her rest a little?" "No, I want to show her a lot of things. Aunt Sophia, come to my room. I have to tell you everything that happened." Sophia laughed. "Okay, but only if you promise that you'll eat lunch properly afterwards." "I promise. Now that you're back, I'll eat everything." The two went upstairs together, Leo talking non-stop, Sophia listening to every word as if it were the most important thing in the world. Victor stayed in the living room, watching them go up. Clara approached. "Mr. Victor, did you do the right thing?" "I hope so, Clara." "You did. This house became a cemetery after Sophia left. Now it's come back to life." "Clara, can I ask you something?" "Of course. Do you think Sophia can really become part of this family? Not as an employee, but as Leo's mother?" Clara smiled. "Sir, she is already Leo's mother. It just needs to be official. And as my wife, that's up to you. But can I say one thing? Speak. In 20 years working here, I've never seen you as human as you are today. Sophia won't just do good for Leo, she'll do good for you too." In Leo's room, Sophia was listening to the detailed account of everything that happened in her absence. "And then the woman slapped me in the face," Leo recounted indignantly. "My God, she really hit you?" "She did. Look, there's still a mark." Leo showed his cheek, where there was still a slight redness. Sophia touched his face carefully. "Did it hurt a lot?" "It hurt. But do you know what hurt more?" "What?" "She spoke ill of you, said you only wanted Dad's money." "And you defended me?" "I did. I said she was a liar, that you really liked me." Sophia hugged Leo again.
You are the bravest boy I know. Aunt Sophia, can I tell you a secret? You always can. When you left, I talked to Mommy every night. How did you talk? Leo picked up the teddy bear his mother had given him. I talked to her through the teddy bear. I told her I was sad, that I missed her. And what did she answer? She said you would come back, that you liked me a lot and wouldn't abandon me. Sophia felt her eyes well up with tears. Your mommy was right. I know. She always knows things from heaven. Leo, can I ask you a question? Of course. How would you feel if I wasn't just your babysitter or the housekeeper anymore? What do you mean? Sophia chose her words carefully. How would you feel if I became a real part of the family? Leo's eyes widened. Like Daddy's wife? Sophia blushed. Something like that. You're going to marry my dad? Leo shouted with joy. Don't shout, we don't know that yet. I'm just asking how you'd feel. Leo thought for a few seconds. And Sophia, can I be very honest? Always. Since you arrived here, I've imagined what it would be like if you were my real mom. I imagine you tucking me in every night, taking me to school, taking care of me when I get sick. I imagine us being a real family. And how do you feel imagining that? Leo smiled the most beautiful smile Sophia had ever seen. Happy, very happy. So, if one day that happens, when it happens, Leo corrected, it will be the happiest day of my life. Sophia hugged the boy, emotional. You are very special, Leo. You are special too, Aunt Sophia. That's why I chose you that day in the garden. Do you remember that? I remember everything. You were scared. I was scared, but my heart knew you were the right person. Your heart knew? It knew. Just like Mommy always said, the heart never makes a mistake when we truly love someone. Sophia was touched by the wisdom of the 9-year-old child. Leo, now that I'm back, I need you to promise me something. What? That you will talk to me whenever you are sad or scared, that you won't keep things to yourself? I promise. And do you promise you won't leave again? I promise. No matter what happens, I will always be here for you. Even if Dad gets angry with you? Even if Dad gets angry with me? Even if other women show up wanting to marry him? Sophia laughed too, especially if other women show up. Leo laughed too. And Sophia, yes, I love you. It was the first time Leo had said those words to Sophia.
She felt her heart explode with emotion. I love you too, Leo, a lot. Do you love me as if I were your son? I love you as if you were my real son. Leo beamed. So you are already my mother in my heart, and you are already my son in my heart. The two embraced, sealing a love that had been born naturally and that nothing in the world could destroy. Downstairs, Victor was in the library when he heard laughter coming from Leo's room. It was the first time he had heard his son truly laugh in months. He went up slowly and stood at the half-open door, observing. Sophia and Leo were on the bed flipping through a photo album. "This one here is Mommy pregnant with me," Leo explained. "How beautiful she was. She looks like she was very happy." She was. Dad always says she was overjoyed when she found out I was coming. And here, when you were born, here we are 3 in the hospital. Look how Dad is smiling. Victor observed the scene and noticed something he had never seen before. Sophia was not trying to replace Isabel. She was honoring her memory, helping Leo keep his mother's memory alive. "And Sophia," Leo said, "when you marry Dad, you will be my second mom. Mommy Isabel will continue to be my first mom." Exactly. No one will ever take your Mommy Isabel's place. I will be a new love, different. Just like Dad always says, the heart has room for a lot of love. Victor felt his eyes fill with tears. Sophia was teaching Leo something he himself had not been able to learn. That loving again does not mean forgetting those who are gone. He knocked on the door. "May I come in?" "Daddy, come see the pictures with us." Victor sat on the bed with the two of them. For the first time in 2 years, he could look at Isabel's photos without feeling just pain. "Look at this photo, Dad." And Sophia said Mommy was very happy here. She was indeed. She could barely wait for you to be born. "And this one from my first birthday? That was a beautiful party. Your mother made sure to invite all the neighborhood children." Sophia watched father and son talking about Isabel naturally, without pain, without guilt. This was exactly what Leo needed. "Daddy," Leo said after some time, "can I ask you a question?" "Of course." "Do you like Aunt Sophia?" Victor looked at Sophia, who blushed. "I like her very much, Leo." "Do you like her as a friend, or do you like her like Mommy?" Leo's direct question left both adults speechless. "Leo," Sophia began. "It's an important question," Leo insisted. "Because if you like each other, you can date and then get married, and then we'll be a complete family." Victor and Sophia exchanged glances. Leo's simplicity made everything seem easier. "Leo," Victor said carefully, "these things take time." "How much time?" "I don't know. It depends on many things." Leo became thoughtful. "Daddy, can I give my opinion?" "You can. You two already like each other. I see it in the way you look at each other, and we already live like a family. So why not make it official soon?" Victor and Sophia exchanged glances. Leo's simplicity made everything seem easier. "Leo," Sophia began, "it's an important question," Leo insisted. "Because if you like each other, you can date and then get married, and then we'll be a complete family." Victor and Sophia exchanged glances. Leo's simplicity made everything seem easier. "Leo," Victor said carefully, "these things take time." "How much time?" "I don't know. It depends on many things." Leo became thoughtful. "Daddy, can I give my opinion?" "You can. You two already like each other. I see it in the way you look at each other, and we already live like a family. So why not make it official soon?" Sophia laughed at the boy's simple logic. "It's not that simple, Leo." "Why isn't it?" "Because your father and I have only known each other for a short time. 6 months is not a short time. And besides, time isn't what matters. What matters is if you truly love each other." Victor was impressed by his son's wisdom. "And how do you know if people truly love each other?" "Easy. When they take care of each other, when they worry, when they're happy together, just like you two are." Sophia and Victor looked at each other again. Leo wasn't wrong. "Leo," Victor said, "how about we let things happen naturally?" "Okay, but I already give my approval for the marriage." The three laughed together. For the first time in 2 years,
That house knew genuine happiness. "Now," Sophia said, "how about we go down for lunch? You promised you'd eat properly." "I'll eat now that my family is complete. I'm hungry again." Leo jumped out of bed with an energy he hadn't shown in weeks. He ran downstairs, yelling to Clara that he was hungry. Sophia and Victor were left alone in the room. "Sophia," Victor said, "thank you." "For what?" "For giving me back my son and for teaching me that it's possible to love again without betraying the one who's gone." Sophia smiled. "Leo taught me that. Children have a wisdom that we adults lose." "Sophia, what Leo said about us getting married, is that how you feel about it?" Sophia took a deep breath, scared, happy, confused, all at the same time. "Why scared?" "Because it happened so fast. Yesterday I was your dismissed housekeeper. Today I'm being treated as a future wife. And why happy? Because I fell in love with both of you, with this family." Victor approached her. "Sophia, can I be honest?" "Of course. I also fell in love. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I fell in love with the woman who brought happiness back to my son and who taught me to be a father again." Sophia felt her heart race. "Victor, I know it's early, I know it's complicated, but I can't pretend I don't feel it." "And what do you feel?" "That you are exactly what Leo and I always needed. That maybe Isabel sent you to take care of us." Sophia was touched by his words. "Do you really believe that?" "I do. Leo chose you that day in the garden, but now I understand that my heart also chose." "Daddy, Aunt Sophia!" Leo's voice shouted from downstairs. "Where are you? Food is ready." The two laughed. "Let's go," Sophia said. "Your son is hungry." "Our son," Victor corrected. Sophia smiled. "Our son." They went down together, holding hands for the first time. Leo saw and started clapping. "I knew it! I knew you two would be together." Clara appeared from the kitchen smiling. What joy! This house needed love again. During lunch, Leo wouldn't stop talking. He told Sophia about school, about his friends, about his plans for his upcoming birthday. "Aunt Sophia, will you be here for my birthday?" "Of course I will." "And will you help me organize the party?" "If you want." "I do." "And Daddy, will you help too?" Victor smiled. "Yes, son, I will." "Then it'll be the first party all three of us organized together." After lunch, Leo wanted to show Sophia the garden, as if she'd never seen it. "Look, Aunt Sophia, this is where I chose you that day." "Really? Do you remember exactly where it was?" Leo ran to a specific spot near the pool. "It was here. I was here, you were there, and I pointed at you and said I wanted you as my mom." Victor observed the scene. "And do you still want me?" "Of course I do, even more now." Sophia knelt down to Leo's height. "Leo, if one day I really become your official mom, do you promise you'll always remember Mommy Isabel?" "I promise. She'll be my heart mom who's in heaven, and you'll be my heart mom who's here with me. And there's room in your heart for both." Leo opened his arms. "My heart is huge. There's room for everyone I love." Victor hugged Sophia from behind.
"So it's decided?" "What's decided?" Leo asked curiously. Victor looked at Sophia, who nodded, smiling. "That we will soon make our family official." "Seriously?" Leo shouted and ran off into the garden. "Clara, Clara, Dad's going to marry Aunt Sophia." Clara appeared at the kitchen door laughing. "That's good, boy, that's good." Leo ran back and hugged them both at the same time. "Now, yes, now we are a truly complete family." Victor looked up at the blue afternoon sky. "Isabel, our family is complete again. Thank you for sending Sophia to us." Sophia looked up too. "Thank you, Isabel. I'll take very good care of your boy." Leo looked at the two adults. "She's watching, right? Mom is happy up in heaven." "She is," Victor confirmed. "I'm sure she is." And there, in that garden where it all began, a new family was formed. Not replacing what was lost, but building something new and beautiful on the foundation of true love. 6 months later, in a simple but moving ceremony in the house garden, Victor and Sophia got married. Leo was the proudest page boy in the world,
carrying the rings with a smile that lit up the whole party. "Now officially," he said when the newlyweds kissed, "I have the best family in the world." And as the guests applauded, Sophia looked up at the sky and whispered, "Thank you, Isabel. I promise I will love them forever." The wind rustled the garden trees, as if Isabel was giving her final blessing. The caretaker, who was chosen by a 9-year-old child, had become not only a wife and mother, but the person who brought happiness back to a broken family. And Leo grew up knowing there were two special women in his life: Isabel, who loved him first and forever, and Sophia, who loved him. True love doesn't replace, it multiplies.